Hello and welcome to ELL Plus with me, Blair Jiang.
And me, Josefine Henneberg, bringing you news and features from around the boroughs.
That's Croydon and Lewisham, Tower Hamlets and Hackney.
In this week's news programme, Ofsted is accused of racism after school inspectors are recommended to question girls as young as 5 wearing headscarves.
Donations pour in for the Hackney women using crowdfunding to bring a rapist to justice.
And Goldsmith students sweep the board at the National Broadcast Journalism Awards.
A recommendation from Ofsted that school inspectors should question Muslim girls in primary schools wearing a hijab has been condemned as racist. More than 1,000 teachers, academics, and faith leaders said it was discriminatory. The outcry comes after the head of Ofsted, Amanda Spellman, said young girls of 4 or 5 wearing a hijab could be interpreted as sexualization. Malika Fachrou reports on the controversy from the Tower Hamlets.
Ofsted's move came about after a meeting between the Education Inspectorate and campaigners against the hijab in schools. At this school in Whitechapel, pictures of young girls wearing the hijab feature in publicity material. It's pictures like this which prompted Neena Lone, deselected Labour Party member, to pressure Ofsted to take action. Ofsted's announcement has already caused some controversy among the Muslim community.
Personally, I wouldn't force my daughter to wear hijab at 5.
I don't think the government should really question them because, you know, it's just like, it's a cultural thing. Like, everyone wears hijab nowadays. So, like, if the parents want their child to wear hijab, then that's the parents' choice, really.
Ofsted's announcement was only a recommendation for inspectors, but not an update to the official inspector's guideline. However, after we asked for clarification, this was the response we got from Ofsted. Inspectors will not be singling out individual children. Inspectors already routinely talk to groups of children about a range of issues, such as discrimination, bullying, and the understanding of other cultures. Exploring why primary-age girls are wearing the hijab may be another theme they discuss along with those other issues. The Muslim Council of Britain described the plan as deeply worrying. Ofsted was targeting young Muslim girls who choose to wear the headscarf. Most Islamic teaching requires girls to wear a headdress only when they reach puberty. Some say the hijab is absolutely not required for children. Neena Lone said in a BBC interview that as a second-generation Muslim woman and parent, she had huge concerns about the increasing inequality for women of faith.
We know that the young girls, they don't have to wear it, but a lot of parents, they encourage them to wear so that they get used to it, and when they reach the age of puberty, this is when it becomes compulsory on them from a religious point of view, and that's why parents are encouraging. And I don't think it's exclusive to our religion. There are other religious people. They teach their children their own religion and how to observe the religion. I don't see what's the problem here.
But questions still remain. What, for instance, will Ofsted do if they think a young Muslim girl is being forced to wear the Islamic hijab?
Over 1,000 people have contributed to a crowdfunding campaign set up by a woman from Hackney to help bring her alleged attacker to justice. Emily Hunt says that she was drugged and raped in a hotel 2 years ago, but the Crown Prosecution Service dropped the charges. Now she's fundraising to bring her own private prosecution, as I have been finding out.
Emily Hunt has waived her right to anonymity in order to tell East London Line her story.
I was out to lunch with my dad at a local restaurant in Tower Hamlets, and that's the last thing I remember. I woke up 5 hours later, naked, in a hotel bed next to somebody I'd literally never seen before.
The Town Hall Hotel in Bethnal Green is where Emily Hunt says she was drugged and raped in May 2015.
I kept telling the police I needed help because they're the gateway to a lot of services. They didn't actually send my file to victim support until that December.
When we contacted the Met Police for a statement, they declined.
We have to speak out. We have to not be ashamed. If you've been raped, there's literally nothing that you did that caused it.
According to rapecrisis.org.uk, every year about 85,000 women and 12,000 men are raped in England and Wales. Only 15% report what's happened to the police. Only a small number of cases get to court, and less than 6% end in convictions.
It's a complicated issue, and you actually have to make a distinction between numbers, sheer number of cases, and percentages. In numerical terms, the number of cases which are reported to the police and which actually end up in court to be prosecuted has gone up. In fact, the number of cases reported to the police has more than doubled in the last 5 years. And the number of convictions has gone up as well. But percentage-wise, because so many more cases are going through the system, you're right that the actual percentage of convictions is incredibly low.
The figures on rape in South and East London speak for themselves. Croydon has been described as the rape capital of London. In the 12 months to September, there are over 1,000 cases of sexual violence. Lewisham had nearly 750. Tower Hamlets was just over 600. And Hackney had 437.
We can have an impact. We can change things. We can force the CPS to recognise that rape must be a prosecutable offence in the UK.
Emily Hunt is aiming to raise £100,000 in her campaign for justice. She's a quarter of the way there, raising money through the GoFundMe website.
The New Cross Walking Health Centre is under threat of closure. Hundreds of people have been signing a petition to Mark Rowland, the chair of the governing body of the Clinical Commissioning Group, trying to get the closure stopped. For now, the plans are delayed, but for the latest, we're going over now, live to our correspondent, Monika Ghosh, who's outside the Wondra Health Centre. Monika, tell us a little more about the centre and why the closure has been proposed.
So the Clinical Commissioning Group, or the CCG, has seen that the contract is going to expire at the end of this year. And for that reason, they've proposed the closure because they think that this walk-in centre is doubling up on primary care services that the GP already provides. Now, in the run-up to the consultation that finished at the end of October, the Lewisham councillor Joe Dromey set up a petition that gathered over nearly 1,500 signatures. So the closure is definitely up for dispute.
What does the future look like for the walk-in centre?
Well, at the moment, they've delayed the response to that consultation until the 11th of January. And the CCG have also confirmed that the closure won't take place at least until the end of March. That's when the contract has been extended to. Right now, it's difficult to say whether the CCG will change their minds about the closure or not.
TV journalism students from Goldsmiths, University of London, have won 3 awards in the annual Broadcast Journalism Training Council Student Awards, held this week at the BBC in Salford. It was the largest number of awards for any university in the UK, as Maria Olorunfunmi reports.
They came from all over the country to BBC Media City. The BJTC accredits 70 courses in television, radio, and multimedia journalism. It's a partnership, making sure universities teach what employers want and giving students the best chance of getting jobs. Goldsmiths MA in television journalism students scored a hat trick, winning 3 out of 9 prizes. Their best TV documentary was, the judges said, a mature and polished film about Catholic mother and baby homes in Ireland.
From within, that all isn't what it seems.
Another documentary described as a moving insight into how South Africa's nurses help survivors of rape won a £500 prize, and the whole class won Best TV Newsday for the second year in a row.
Newsday, when we were doing it as a class, there was a lot of struggle, a lot of drama, but in the end we enjoyed it a lot as well.
I was really excited and really proud of us. It takes a lot of work to do Newsdays, and it's a huge team effort, and it's just really exciting, and it just makes you feel really proud.
I have the confidence with us and with myself. I think after this course, after this study in Goldsmiths, I think I become more confident.
It means a lot. It's nice to get some recognition, although, ironically, these nurses aren't getting recognition for the work that they do.
We were so happy that people it's been recognised, and it's been able to be shared, and it's kind of provoked people, and that's what we wanted to achieve.
Well, tonight has been just incredible. We were nominated in 4 categories, more than any other university. We won in 3 categories, more than any other university. I think it's a real tribute to the students, and I am so, so proud of you.
It kind of gives you the strength that, okay, you have done this and it's a good job, carry on, and to motivate you to tell more story to the world.
Okay, so the winner of TV news documentary, Catriona Thompson, Vicky Double and Vicky Sen.
Strong storytelling, creativity, challenging topics, all qualities highlighted by the judges for the next generation of journalists.
And we'll have news of another special Goldsmiths Award after the break, this time for Women of the Future.
Plus, how is the mayor's crackdown on fast food outlets near schools going down? And we will have our regular website roundup from around the boroughs.
See you again in a moment.
A senior lecturer from Goldsmiths, University of London, has been given a prestigious award for a contribution to education as a woman of the future. Naomi Thompson was just 20 when she had a baby. She got pregnant in her 3rd year at university. Now, 3 degrees later, including a doctorate in religious studies, she's proving an inspiration for her research and her focus on youth work, religion and crime, as she's been telling Samuel Quashie-Idun.
The Women of the Future's Award for Professions goes to Dr. Naomi Thompson.
I was really pleased to be shortlisted, but I was in the professions category, so I was alongside people who were, there was somebody who was a partner in a law firm, somebody who was a partner in a banking company, there was a military parachuting instructor, she was amazing, a clinical psychologist. It was a real category of some real amazing women, and the judges were just great. They were really interested in not just what I'd achieved in my life, but how I use what I do to try and make a difference. So I talked about having been a youth worker in the past and my career change into becoming an academic. And I was able to kind of frame it in the context of my career being about hearing people's stories, and also my research, where I do research with young people as well. So hearing the stories of young people who are involved in crime in a recent project I did with the Home Office. Hearing the stories of young Muslims and their experiences of exclusion in everyday life, and able to kind of articulate how I'd like that to make a difference in terms of policy and practice, so that the interventions that we do with young people are informed by the voices and the stories of the young people themselves. I love the students, and I enjoy teaching, and I enjoy doing tutorials and support with students, and I think the judges kind of saw that passion, but they also saw that, I wasn't someone who had not ever had my own kind of difficulties and struggles in my own education and life. They see me as a kind of role model of overcoming adversity to an extent, I think. There's lots of messages out there that tell you that certain things end your journey. When I found out I was a young parent, I was pregnant, the nurse in the University Health Centre said to me, "What year of your course are you going into?" And when I said my 3rd, she said, "Not anymore." And I think, we've got to stop treating young people like there's only one chance and there's only one way to success and to achieve things.
Now it's time for our regular roundup of borough news. This week with Lucinda Diamond from our sister website, East London Lines. Now she's leading with the crowdfunding story to raise money for a rape prosecution. So could you please give us more about the other top stories for this week?
Yes, so one of our biggest stories that we had this week was regarding a parental protest outside a school in Bethnal Green, which was already facing accusations of bullying and harassment from the headmistress to the teachers. So our reporter actually went to the protest and spoke to some of the parents, and it was revealed that they had some serious concerns regarding safeguarding of their children. And one of the parents actually said that her 3-year-old managed to leave the school unnoticed and cross a main road and enter a shop. So these were very serious allegations.
Is finding the balance between hard and soft news, arts, sports and politics difficult?
It can be difficult because we do report on a lot of news, but we try and make sure that there's a nice even balance between the arts and sports on our site. So this week we actually had a reporter go down to the London Documentary Festival in Hackney, and he created a film and managed to interview some of the people who were involved. And we also had another reporter who, Selhurst Park, the Crystal Palace Stadium in Croydon, there's a lot of rumours going around regarding the stadium, whether it's going to be, have a new one built or whatever, and so we reported on a major announcement coming up for that soon as well.
And what have you got coming up for the rest of the week?
So we've actually got a big story coming out shortly, which is based on a report that was released yesterday that stated that Tower Hamlets had the most complaints for rats. I think it was something like 30,000 complaints have been made since 2012, which averages about 16 a day. So yeah, this is obviously like a big story as well, so that will be going out shortly.
Thank you, Lucinda.
Thank you.
Lucinda Diamond from East London Lines.
On ELL Plus, we've previously reported on the new food waste collection service provided for people in Lewisham. It started in October, and around 80,000 homes have already received their recycling bins. However, not everyone is happy with the new service, as I've been finding out. Putting the leftovers into a designated bin, apple cores, orange peel, scraps of food, has become a part of daily life for Lewisham residents. If you live in a house or a flat, you can recycle your food waste using a new civil bin with a biodegradable liner inside. Every household has received this pamphlet, which provides detailed information about the usage of bins with different colors, and also about the timetable of collection rubbish. However, the frequency of the black bins collection has been changed from once a week to once every 2 weeks, which gives new problems. But some residents in Lewisham have complained about the bin design and the collection times, taking photographs and sending them into ELL Plus.
I get a bit confused when I open the bins. There is this kind of thing that locked.
We are now seeing the black bins, which normally would go to landfill, overflowing because it's a second 2-weekly collection. And particularly the food waste recycling, I think there is a problem with the design and the function, because the bins being small and low down, and though it's winter now and the smell isn't too bad, during the summer months, from my own experience in other boroughs, the food waste can get very, very smelly and a horrible thing for residents.
The new food waste collection rules are meant to protect the environment, but they are also saving money for the council. Lewisham has urged any residents with problems to report them, so they can be looked into. Meanwhile, if you have any further questions or problems, you can go to the website at the bottom of the screen. Also, you can leave a comment on our ELL website.
Only around 1 in 10 parents in London say they give their children a healthy meal each day, according to a new survey. It's a big problem with child obesity on the increase and access to fast food easier than ever. One area with the highest concentration of takeaways is Tower Hamlets, home to the famous Chicken Mile. Monika Ghosh reports from there on the Mayor of London's new initiative banning any new takeaways, within 5 minutes walk from a school.
The chicken shop has become a regular stop on the way home from school. It may be one of the reasons that 4 in every 10 children are obese. Some schools in London have up to 40 fast food outlets nearby. For takeaway shops, it's great business.
Student, all time lots of people come in. Student come in, lots of people come in. £1 is no matter. If people come in is good.
But this trend might be hitting its peak. The mayor has announced plans to stop takeaway outlets opening near schools.
So from where I'm standing now, I can see at least 4 or 5 different takeaway outlets, and there's been hordes of school children, 10s and 20s of them walking past, popping in and grabbing a box of chicken. A couple of them told me earlier that without the chicken shops around, they'd struggle to get something to eat during the day because of the way their schools deal with payments.
It's all part of Sadiq Khan's overall strategy to make London healthier. But for teenagers, takeaways are a huge part of everyday life. Take the chicken connoisseur. He has nearly 600,000 subscribers on YouTube and is the go-to guide for anything fried.
People go chicken shops for different things. It's not always food. It's not always to find the pengus munch. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm looking for.
A new survey by YouGov for Kellogg's has revealed that 1 in 4 London parents worry about being able to afford to feed their children. But whose responsibility is it? And what do schools think can be done?
With older children, it's about convincing them, and with younger children, it's about convincing their parents. Children define their social life around Dixie Chicken, KFC, so it's the place where kids meet up.
Under the mayor's new plans, any new takeaways would need to be at least 400 metres away from schools. The public consultation ends today, and the full strategy will be published next year. With so many takeaways around, this proposal has certainly opened up a conversation around the problem. Monika, Ghosh for ELL+.
Well, that's it for now. Thank you for joining us.
And remember, you can catch up with all our latest news on our website, www.eastlondonlines.co.uk. We see you next week.